If you just got the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, S23 Plus, or S23, we have a ton of tips and tricks to go over to unlock the power and capabilities of your new phone. You're definitely going to find something that you didn't know before because we have more than 23 tips and tricks in here. In fact, we have 74. This is especially great if you're an iPhone switcher or a novice Android user. The first tip is my favorite. If you want to supercharge your Samsung Galaxy device, this tip is for you. This is the first tip that I'll enable when I get an Android phone. So you're going to go to your notification sheet, hit the gear icon, go all the way down to About Phone. You'll go to Software Information, and then when you go there, you'll see this build number. What you're going to end up doing is tapping on it multiple times, and then it'll say that you're a developer. You'll enter in your PIN or your password. This is the one that you set up on your phone. It's not mine. And then it says Developer Mode has been turned on. And then scroll down a little bit more, and you'll see Developer Options right here. Click on that, and then you'll scroll all the way down until you reach this part that says Animation Scale. So you'll see this right here, and for comparison, here is what it looks like at normal speed. And then if you move it to 0.5 for everything, you'll notice that it gets really snappy. Oh, look at that. This supercharges your phone, and no, it does not impact your battery negatively. Now, if you're crazy like me and like your text really small and you want to see as much as possible on this display, or maybe it's a little bit harder for you to read things, you need to make it a little bit bigger for you. Well, this tip will help. You'll swipe down for the notification shade and hit the gear icon, and then click on Display. And then over here, you'll see the option for font size and style. You'll have the option to make the text bigger if you want to, or smaller. I like it really small, but we'll keep it at default for this video. And you can make it bold if you want to as well. You can also go to screen zoom over here, and you can increase the zoom level or make it smaller. Again, for this video, we'll keep it at default. Now with these new Samsung Galaxy devices, you're able to get a smoother experience and sometimes a higher resolution experience depending on your model. Let me show you. Swipe down from the top, hit the gear icon, go to display, and then you'll have this option right over here for motion smoothness. So if you're at 120 Hertz, it'll move a little bit smoother, so you won't see as much jaggies or lag. Or you can go to 60 Hertz, which it defaults to. So if you have a higher refresh rate screen, you want to enable that. And if you have the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, you can increase the screen resolution of your device. So it defaults to Full HD Plus, but you can actually go to WQHD Plus, but that's only available on the Ultra model. On the S23 and S23 Plus, you have a FHD Plus display. I know, bummer. Here are two tips that will help extend the battery life on your phone. If you have a higher refresh screen, you can actually go to your display settings and then change it to 60 Hertz. So in this case, on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, you go to motion smoothness, and going down to 60 Hertz down from 120 Hertz will save a ton of battery. Additionally, you can also go into dark mode. Because most smartphones utilize OLED screens, the dark pixels are completely turned off, which means it's not consuming any battery power. Now, a lot of us are holding on to our smartphones for a lot longer, many years in fact, so you need to be able to extend the whole total lifespan of your battery. So here's a tip on the Samsung Galaxy S23 lineup. Swipe down from the top notification shade and hit the gear icon, and just go to the search icon here and type in Protect Battery. Click on that and go ahead and enable it here. What this will do is it'll prevent your phone from being able to charge itself to 100%. Now with the kind of batteries that we have in our smartphones, we don't want to charge it all the way to 100%, so this will make it so that it'll only go up to 85%. Additionally, you don't want your battery to go all the way down to 0%, so that's all on you. Keeping an eye on that, and this small change will help extend the total lifespan of your battery. If you or someone else gets in the pinch, like maybe your earbuds run out of battery, or your friend with an iPhone starts running out of battery and they need a little bit of extra juice to get through the day, well, this tip will help you out. So what you'll want to do is swipe down 2 times the notification shade and hit this little dot right here. You can hit edit buttons and then swipe over until you see the option for wireless power sharing. Go ahead and drag and drop it down, and now it's enabled there. And then now it's located in your notification shade. Go ahead and tap on it, and you'll see you'll have some instructions right here. Just lay this over here, get your poor friend's iPhone, and then lay it down on the back of it, and it'll start charging. And here it is with my earbuds. Now the displays on the Samsung Galaxy S23 series are just crazy crazy, and they can get really bright and really dim. But sometimes you're in a situation where it's really dark. Maybe you're going to bed and you're looking at your phone like you shouldn't be, and it's still too bright, so you want it extra dim. Or maybe you're outside and you need more brightness because that sunlight is out. Well, this tip will fix that. Swipe down from the notification shade 2 times. Go ahead and hit the dot right there and hit edit buttons. And then you'll see an option over here for extra dim. Go ahead and tap that, hold, and drag it down. Hit done. Now you have an option for extra dim. So in comparison, you have it all the way down right here. And if I hit extra dim, I can't even see it right now, but like that will make it so it doesn't blind you in the middle of the night, or doesn't keep, someone else awake while you're looking at your phone in bed. And if you want it to get extra bright, go ahead and swipe down, hit the gear icon, and go to display. As long as you don't have adaptive brightness on, you can go to extra bright. And oh my gosh, I can already see it. It kind of hurts. So this is really nice in daylight. But remember, if you have adaptive brightness on, you cannot enable extra brightness. Now the iPhone has come out with always on display, but let's be honest, Android has had it for a very long time. But there are features here that you may not know about. So go ahead and swipe down from the notification shade and hit the gear icon and click on the little search icon there and just type in AOD for always on display. And then there it is, and it'll flicker right there. Just check it on, and then you can click on here and it'll take you to more options. So you can go to tap to show, so it's not always on the display, but when you tap it, or show always, show as scheduled, or show for a new notification. Here you can also enable the ability for the phone to listen to music that's around you and display it on the always on display. So that's really helpful. It's like Shazam, but always. You can also adjust the clock style. So if you want to go to this one, you can choose that. You can change it to this way. There's all these different options and colors that you can go with depending on your preference. Oh, there's even calendars, events. That's crazy. You can even put in stickers, things for an AR emoji, gallery, themes, and more. Now with the iPhone, there's been a lot of hype about how you can customize the clocks and font and things like that on it. Well, you can do a lot of that with the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. What you'll want to do is wake up your phone so it's showing in the color right here, and then hold down and then enter in your PIN or password or put in your fingerprint. And then now it'll unlock these different settings here. And you have the ability to adjust the font to what you want. You can also adjust the type of notifications you show. So you can change it to show a lot of details, just the icons, or nothing. And you can adjust the transparency of the detailed one. Ooh, that's nice. So it looks like there's nothing around it. I like that one a lot more. I'm going to keep that. You can also include your contact information in case you lose your phone and someone can contact you that way. You can also adjust what these little buttons do, so you can go and open up a different type of app easily. So it can be your flashlight, it can be, music, whatever you want that is available in this little area right here. You can also adjust the wallpapers. And what's really cool about this version of Android and the Samsung Galaxy S23 series is that you have the ability to add these little videos here. So you have an animated background. That also means that you can find your own backgrounds and add it here. So I just chose that one. And then now you can see I have this animated background that I chose for my own phone. That's cool. Let's move it back to this one. Oh, that's pretty good. Look at that. And now you've customized your animated always on display. Did you know that the Samsung Galaxy S23 has a screensaver? Well, let me show you. Swipe down from the top notification shade and hit the gear icon. Click on the little search button there and type in screensaver. Tap on that and you'll see it brings you all the way down here. Tap on it, and then all of a sudden you can enable colors, or if you have photos or photo frames or other things, you can enable that as well. But let's choose the colors and then preview it. Ooh, you see how that works like that? The screensaver enables itself when you plug it in. So what will happen is you'll pick the option that you want, and as long as it's plugged in and charging, when it auto shuts off and you leave it alone, it'll show the different screensavers. On Samsung phones, did you know that you can customize the call received screen? It normally looks like this, which is kind of boring and not interesting. You can make it really interesting by going to the phone app, click on this dot over here, and click on settings. Now you'll be able to adjust call background. Click on that, and then you can choose a different background. You can adjust the layout as well, so I'll choose background, and you can adjust it by choosing videos. You can even hit this plus button right here, and it can add a call background from the gallery. So I downloaded this neat video from the internet, and I can set it as my call background. And if you want to adjust your layout, you can adjust it there as well. So now when I receive a phone call, I have my custom animated background instead of something kind of boring. What would you put on your animated background? Now on your Android phone, sometimes you have to swipe down 2 times to get to these smart toggles right here. Well, there's an easier way to do it with 2 fingers. Just drag down at the same time, and there you go. Now there's something really weird about how Samsung sets up their phones. If you swipe up, you get the app drawer. If you swipe down, you get the app drawer again. That's weird. Shouldn't it be the notification shade? Well, let's fix that. Go ahead and hold down on the home screen and go to settings. And then what you'll do is enable swipe down for notification panel right here. Now, when you swipe up, it goes to an app drawer, and when you swipe down, it goes to the notification shade. What makes sense and is intuitive. Now there's a weird thing about how Samsung sets up the brightness slider on their phones. You see, when you swipe down, you don't see the brightness control. You have to swipe down a second time in order to adjust it right here. Well, that's kind of silly in my opinion. So what you'll want to do is go to this little dot over here and click on quick panel layout and choose brightness control to show always. Now, instead of it only showing up when you swipe down 2 times, it'll show up on the first time and the second time, as it should be. Now, one of the great things about Android are the notifications, but did you know that you can customize them a ton on Samsung devices? All you have to do is swipe down from the notification shade, hit the gear icon, go ahead and click on notifications right here, and then go to advanced settings. Now you can adjust how your notifications are shown. You can show all of them, and you can have a crazy amount of notifications up there. It might be a little bit much for me. You can show the number of notifications, or like me, I show the 3 most recent ones. And you can also show the show battery percentage right here. Pretty sweet. And speaking of percentages, over 92% of you are not subscribed to the channel, which is crazy. So if you found this video helpful or valuable, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. Thank you. Have you ever had that situation where you get a notification on your phone and you accidentally swipe it away and you're like, I have no idea what that was for? I don't know how to find it. Well, there's a great feature on Android that helps you recover your notifications. Let me show you. So there's a notification. I accidentally swiped it away. Oh no, but it's okay. Swipe down from the notification shade and hit that gear icon. Now click on notifications. What you'll want to do is click on advanced settings and then go to notification history. You'll turn it on, and any notification you receive after you've turned it on, you can see the history here. So I can just click on it and it'll take me to the missed notification. Now, if you're like me and you receive a ton of notifications and sometimes you just can't really give it the attention right then and there, but you want to get back to it later on, well, notification reminders will definitely help you out. Go ahead and swipe down and go to your gear icon, click on notifications, click on advanced settings at the bottom, and then at the bottom, you'll see this option for notification reminders. You can click on it, and then you can choose how often you're reminded, so 3, 5, 10, 15 minutes, and which specific apps you want to enable for those reminders. In addition to reminders, there's also this option right above it that allows you to snooze them and then they'll come back. So that probably makes a lot of sense for like text messages or phone calls. Now, there's been a lot of hype about this dynamic island on the iPhone, but did you know that Samsung Galaxy phones have had that for a long time? It's true, they've had something similar to that. Let me show you. What you'll want to do is swipe down and click the gear icon, go to notifications, and then you have this notification pop-up style. Click on that and you can see this option for brief, and you have the option for edge lighting style. So over here, you see that you have the little pop-ups in the middle, and you can adjust the edge lighting to different things so you can be notified not only with this dynamic island, but also around the display if you want. And you can even adjust the colors if you want to. So you can change it, all those different things. How crazy is that? There's advanced modes for transparency and width and all this other stuff, so you can customize to your heart's content. Now, a lot of you have probably noticed that I've had different cases on my phone, and you've probably wondered, I wonder where he got that case. Oh, I kind of like that. Where can I get that? Well, I'm here to answer the question for you, Jimmy. They're cases from this video sponsor, CASETiFY. Not only are they amazing for getting rid of the camera bump so you can finally lay your phone down flat when writing with the S Pen instead of it rocking around without a case, but they protect your phone like really well. I mean, you spent a lot of money for your phone. Are you really gonna use it naked? They can handle an 8.2 foot drop and are sustainably made out of 65% recycled and plant-based materials. Some are even made from upcycled phone cases, which is awesome. Not only do they provide an epic amount of protection, but they also look great and are slim with an unreal amount of options for designs, including some customized ones like this one with my name. I love this dragon one to give those Bruce Lee vibes. And this one's really cool because it makes it look like you can see the inside of your phone. If you you want to pick up a case for a phone with an awesome design or customize your own, you can get 15% off automatically added to your cart by clicking the link down below in the description. Also, they have screen protectors and other accessories, so that's pretty cool. Check it out. All right, let's get tippy. Let's get some tippies. Let's the next tip. Now, the iPhone has introduced some widgets that are honestly a little bit more robust and interesting than what you had on Android, but Samsung has struck back. So what you want to do is tap and hold down on the home screen, click on widgets. I'm going to add something like Apple Music, for instance, and we'll add it here, and I'm going to make it the size that I want. And then you'll see this option here if you hold down on it to create a stack. So I like adding other players like Pocket Cast. So I'm going to add that to it. And now I have this here. So if you move between it, you have two different players, and there's your stack. You can add different things to it, like different apps or photos, or whatever you want. It's a stack of widgets. Here's a tip on Android that just blew my mind when I saw it, and I can't believe I didn't think about it or know about it before. Go to your messages. In here, you can pinch to zoom in your text messages. It's just, how great is that? Check out this cool thing that you can do on Android with picture-in-picture on videos. If you go into picture-in-picture mode, you can actually pinch to zoom on your video so you have a bigger player if you want to. How crazy is that? It can be itty bitty or nice and big. Now this works for any video player or streaming service, but keep in mind for YouTube, you have to have YouTube Premium in order to get this picture-in-picture mode on YouTube. Hey, did you know about this feature on YouTube? Go ahead and go to your YouTube app, go into full screen mode, and then if you want to, you can actually pinch to zoom. So maybe something's kind of hard to see and you need to get closer, you can totally do that in the app. Here's a really neat feature for power users that need to move between apps really fast. All you have to do is double tap on this and it'll move between your last app. I'm double tapping on it and it's going to the previous app. And if you're in the gesture mode instead of button mode, you can just swipe back and you can go through all your cards. How sweet is that? You actually have more options with the gestures. Now on Samsung phones, I often find that the navigation bar at the bottom is in the opposite order of what is intuitive, like back should be on the left. Or maybe I want to go to a gesture mode. Let's figure out how to fix all that. All right, swipe down and then go to your gear icon. Go ahead and hit the search bar and then go to navigation or navigation type. And here you can change the order to what it should be, where the back is left, or you can go to gestures. And now, in order to get to the home screen, you just swipe on up, and now you have gestures, just like on the iPhone. So if you're using gestures on a Samsung Galaxy device, you may have noticed that when you swipe up, it either goes to the card view or to your wallet. But where's the Google Assistant? It's over here in the corner. You swipe up from the side, and there you go. So either one of the sides, and that's how you access the Google Assistant when you're using gestures. Now, when you're using your phone and you're opening up different types of apps, you will notice that some of them will restart over a period of time. And that has to do with how much RAM it's taking up. So to prevent certain apps from restarting or refreshing, you can add them to the RAM. So for instance, let's say that I don't want YouTube to close on me. I go over here to the card view, I tap on the icon, and I select keep open. So now when I open up a bunch of different other apps, it's not going to crash on me or refresh on me. And this can be really helpful for documents or camera apps. Hey, check out this tip to get some free RAM. Well, it's not on that, but it's over here. Go ahead and swipe down, hit the gear icon, and hit search, and type in RAM Plus. Click on it right there. It's going to check your RAM available, but you have this ability to go to RAM Plus down here. And this will utilize some of your actual storage to supplement the RAM. That means that you have extra RAM of 2, 4, 6, or 8 gigabytes. And now that the Samsung Galaxy S23 series starts at 256 gigabytes of storage, this is really helpful. But if you're like me, you got the free upgrade to 512 gigabytes of storage and the upgrade to 12 gigabytes of RAM. That link to get a free upgrade in storage and RAM may still be available, so click the link down below in the description to find out. With a huge screen like this, you really want to take advantage of all that real estate. Let me introduce you to multitasking or split screen. So all you have to do is swipe up and click this little icon here, and then open up split screen view and choose the app that you want to have open. So we'll use Keep Notes. So now this allows me to see what the recipe is and then take some notes here instead of swiping back and forth between apps. It's really convenient, really great if you need to calculate stuff or enter things from an email as well. And when you need to exit out of the split screen mode, all you have to do is drag up or down for whichever app that you want. You can also resize it here, but I'm just going to drag it all the way down so I have this meatloaf recipe right here. Hey, check out this multitasking hack on Samsung devices. It allows you to have a windowed view of your app. All you have to do is swipe up on an app here so you can have this icon here. Click on it. go to open in pop-up view. Now, if you tap this right here, you have a bunch of different options here. You can adjust the transparency mode if you want to. You can actually make it small like this, where it collapses and it's this little icon that's hidden somewhere. Click on it, it opens it up again. You can even make it big full screen to go back to it normally. And again, pop-up view like that. And if you want to, you can just close it right there. What would you use this multitask hack for? Now, if you're someone who handles social media or you have a reason to have multiple messaging apps, this tip is going to be helpful for you. Bring down the notification shade, hit the gear icon, and hit the search bar and type in dual. You'll see dual messenger right here. Click on that. And then what you'll see is it'll highlight that. Click on that. And what it'll allow you to do is create duplicate applications of the following apps here. So it has to be a supported app. So not all apps work, but it works for things like Snapchat, Facebook, Telegram, WhatsApp, and so forth. So now you have 2 apps with 2 different logins on the same phone. Hey, imagine someone comes up to you and asks if they can use your phone for a phone call, or maybe your kid or your nephew or whatever else asks to borrow the phone to watch something, but you don't want them to go snooping around your phone or doing weird stuff that you don't want them to do. Well, this tip will help you prevent that. Go ahead and swipe down from the top bar, click the gear icon there, tap the search button there and hit pin, and then you'll see pin app. Click on that, it'll bring you down to the bottom and check it to turn it on. Now watch what happens when you have something like YouTube up. If you swipe up, you go to this card view, hit the icon and pin this app. To unpin this app, you have to swipe up and hold. That means there's no way for someone to get out of this. They have to stay within YouTube. They can still use it like normal, but they're not able to get in your photos, make phone calls, order $14,000 of worth of stuff on Uber Eats. They can only watch things on YouTube. Now to get out, you just swipe up, hold it, and it's gonna ask for your PIN number or your fingerprint or your normal biometric unlock, and you're back to normal. So you can do that with any app. Are you ever like using your phone and you're like laying down, but it keeps like rotating on you and that's kind of annoying, but you don't want to go through the menu all the time to lock it and then unlock it? It's just cumbersome. Well, here's a really convenient way to lock it in place the way you want. So go here, swipe down from the top, make sure that this auto rotate is turned off so it's locked on portrait mode. So maybe you're reading something in bed, like an article, but maybe you actually don't want it to stay in this portrait mode. You actually want it to go into landscape mode. Well, you just rotate your phone and this icon pops up, and now it will manually stay that way, but it's locked in place, so it's not messing around. So if you want it to go back to portrait mode, you orient it again and hit this icon, and there it is. That's a very easy way to manually rotate. Now with a big screen like this, it can be pretty hard to reach the top all the time. So here's this cool feature called one-handed mode. Go ahead and swipe down from the top, hit the gear icon, go to search, type in one-handed mode, and then you're gonna tap that right there, and then you'll enable it right here. And you can click on this and see how you can access it. So if you're on the button one, you would just swipe down, and if you're a gesture, you would still swipe down as well. So let's just do it. Ooh, check that out. You can move it over here like that, and if you want to get out of it, you just double tap. Makes it so much easier to navigate things on this big old screen with one little thumb. Here's a neat thing on the Samsung Galaxy device for taking screenshots that doesn't involve getting the right combination and getting your hand all construed and stuff like that. All you have to do is get your palm like this, and swipe over it. And there is a screenshot. Just palm, swipe over it, screenshot. Crazy. Hey, if you're like me, you spend a lot of time setting up your home screen to look exactly the way that you want, but you don't want it to get all messed up. Here's a way to prevent that. Go to your home screen, tap and hold down, go to settings, and then go here, lock home screen layout. Now, you can't move it around. It's stuck there, just the way it should be. Have you ever had someone come over to your house and they ask for the Wi-Fi password, but you don't want to like give them that information because maybe it's kind of embarrassing or kind of personal? Well, here's a solution that's really convenient on Android. Go ahead and swipe down from the top, tap and hold on the Wi-Fi icon, and then you'll see your Wi-Fi network. Go ahead and tap on the gear icon, and then all the way at the bottom, you'll see this QR code option. Go ahead and tap on that, and then all you have to do is have them scan the QR code and they're connected to your Wi-Fi. What if I told you this tiny 10-cent sticker unlocks a ton of power out of your smartphone? This is an NFC sticker, and all you have to do is have an app called NFC Tools and NFC Tasks. I have the Pro version because I just wanted to do more, but here's what's really cool. You're able to not only read what is on an NFC tag, but you have the ability to write on it to make it do certain tasks. So you can put information on here like a URL, a social network. I actually used one of these at CES so I can easily share my media kit. You have all of these different tasks that you can go with. In this case, I just have it activating the flashlight. Just like that. pretty simple and easy. I'm going to make one of these for my nightstand so that when I go to sleep, I just tap it on it and it goes into do not disturb mode. Accessories like this and more are found in my accessories video that you can find in the link down below in the description or in the card up here. With the latest versions of Android, you have this adaptive theming that is really neat that you can enable on the Samsung Galaxy S series. Go ahead and tap and hold on your home screen, go to Wallpaper and Style, and click on Color Palette. So now you can enable it so it will adjust to whatever is on screen. So you can choose that. You can do wallpaper colors or basic colors. We'll choose wallpaper, and you can apply it to app icons. So let's say I change it to a different wallpaper like this one over here. This is a really nice one that has lots of greens and browns to it. So now that this wallpaper is enabled, I'll go to Color Palette, and you see how it has different options that are available to me. And I'll just apply it, and it'll match the theme with my wallpaper. It's pretty nice. Check it out. Hey, did you know about this media control ability on Android? Well, on the Samsung Galaxy, if you were to have a video up and maybe you were to minimize it, you can adjust where it plays back by swiping down here, and you can see it's right here. Tap down, you'll see this media output button. Now you have the option of playing it back on this phone, another Bluetooth speaker, or any other connected device there. So now I have it connected to this little Bluetooth speaker here, and I can play.
This message comes from NPR.
And that works for any sort of media that you're playing. Here's something that's really awesome about Samsung devices, especially if you're at a party and you want to share music. If you have a Samsung phone connected to a speaker, you can actually let someone else with a Samsung Galaxy device control that Bluetooth speaker through your phone. What you'll do is make sure you're connected to your speaker, swipe down from the top, go over here and click on the dot there and edit buttons. What you want to make sure is that you have music share enabled. So you drag it down and it's right there. I'm going to click on it, enable it, and if you hold down on it, you'll see that it's turned on. You both have to have Wi-Fi turned on, and you have to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Now on the other device that you want to share with, go ahead and swipe down and tap and hold on the Bluetooth icon there, and you'll see the two different devices are connected to this phone here. And now I can share my connection with this speaker between the two devices. So I can play it on the other device, or I can play it on my own. How cool is that? Great for parties. So iPhone users rave a ton about AirDrop, but did you know that you can kind of do that on Android as well? There are two different varieties, one that's Android in general and one that's specific to Samsung devices. Let's show the Google one first. So go ahead and choose the media you want to share, click on Share, and click on Nearby Share, and then it'll look for nearby devices. I get a little notification here on the other device. I'll click on sharing it with this phone right here. It's connecting, and there it is. Now Samsung has a version that's called Quick Share. If you click on this, you can tap on it and you'll already see the other Samsung Galaxy device right there. So I'll just tap on that and it'll send it right on over to me really quick like that. A little bit smoother. It's more like AirDrop, but only works between Samsung devices. You also have the option to copy link or share using a QR code, and that'll work between any device. Have you ever tried to turn off your Samsung device, but when you hold down the power button, instead of going to the power screen, it opens up Bixby? And the way that you have to turn it off is by swiping down 2 times, and then there's your power system options there. It doesn't make any sense. Well, here's how to customize that side button. Swipe down from the top, click the gear icon, go down to advanced features at the bottom here, click on that, and then there is side key. Now you can change it from waking up Bixby to power off menu, and you can also adjust what the double press launch is. So you can change it from launching the camera to a different app if you want to. But it gets even better. Go to the Galaxy Store and then look up Good Lock. So we're going to install Good Lock right there. This is a Samsung software that allows additional customizations. So now we have it open here. Now what you're going to want to do is go to the second one that says Life Up and then scroll all the way down until you see Registrar. So we'll download that and install. Okay, now that you've installed Registrar, make sure you're back in Good Lock. You'll see at the top, let's click on that. We'll open it up and then we'll give it permissions to control different things on our device. So we'll hit continue and allow. Now you're able to adjust the side key, press and hold action. So now you can turn it on, and here you can change it to the Google Assistant instead of Bixby. You also have all these other options available here. Now, if you have a Samsung device and you've installed Good Lock from the Galaxy Store and you've installed Registrar, if you click on that and you go through settings, you have the ability to add that back tap action that was really popular last year. So here you have Registrar and click on back tap action and then turn it on. I like to choose triple tap because double tap is too easy to trigger. So if you hit triple tap, you can customize it to different things like opening up a specific app, recent apps, show notifications, pop-up windows, so on and so forth, or take a screenshot. Let's choose open app and let's choose Apple Music, for instance. And so now when I triple tap on it, there it is. Apple Music just opened like that. Did you know that you can watch free live TV on your Samsung Galaxy device? Check it out. It's already pre-installed. Go to your apps and find Samsung Free. Tap on that, and then now you have the option to read news, listen to podcasts, play games, but here you have the option to watch live TV. There's all these different channels that you can check out as well. They can watch live right now and on demand. So it's sorted through all these different categories, but it's kind of crazy. You can watch different things like sports as well. So right here, free on your phone. This is one of the things I added to my best and worst things about the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, so check out that video up here or in the link in the description. Hey, have you ever watched something that doesn't have subtitles available and you don't want to turn up the volume and bother other people, but you need some sort of captions? Well, check out Live Transcribe. All you have to do is hit your volume button while you're watching something, hit the ... there, and you'll see this little box right here. Click on that, and it'll activate the live caption right here. It works on any video, and when you want to get rid of it, you can either go to your volume button and close it out there, or just drag it down to dismiss. Now, while the marketing for the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra talks a lot about the 200 megapixel camera and to a lesser extent the 50 megapixel camera, they're not enabled by default. If you go to the Photos app and you tap over here, you'll notice it's defaulted to a 12 megapixel option here. You can increase it to 50 megapixel or 200 megapixels, but keep in mind that you don't have as many features available like adjusting to different camera lenses. And file sizes for these are way bigger, so it's mostly good for those who are printing out something, unless you're utilizing it for this next tip. Now, the 200 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is mostly overkill in a lot of situations unless you're printing out something, but all that resolution can provide a bit of a hack to get tons of different images from one picture. If you take a picture with a bunch of different things going on, you can intentionally compose your shot wider than normal, and then you can edit that photo later on in post and crop into various different parts of the image to create new images at a high resolution. Now your one photo has become multiple photos. Hey, so you know how iPhones have that whole tap and hold and you can cut out a person or object? Well, it's now here on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. So all you have to do is tap and hold, and then it'll cut it out like that, and you can save it as an image. And now I can use it in a bunch of different areas, but here's a really neat use case for this feature. So say I have this image right here, and if I wanted to, I can hit this little edit button right here, and then I'll click over here at stickers right here, and I have one that I already created of my cat, Ruby. And so I'm just gonna take this cutout and make it so that she's resting on my shoulder right there. And now I have this image of me and my cat Ruby just sitting on my shoulder. Now, the Google Pixel gets a lot of praise and attention for its magic eraser feature, but did you know that the Samsung Galaxy has had that feature for a while? It's called Object Eraser. So if I have this photo here that I just took, go ahead and click on the edit button there, and then go ahead and click on this ... on the side, and you have Object Eraser right here. And it'll analyze it, and you can draw around it, and then erase. And there it is. It's been removed with Object Eraser, not Magic Eraser. Now, in the camera app for the Samsung Galaxy, you can utilize the volume keys to adjust the camera settings. Let me show you. So here we are in the camera app. Go ahead and click on the settings icon and scroll to the bottom here, and you'll see options for shooting methods. Click on that and press volume key to either zoom in out or control the system volumes. Or you can leave it at the default of take a picture or record video. That's personally what I would use, but you can go to zoom in and out, and then when that happens, I can just do this. And now it's zooming in and out. Crazy. It's kind of like a modern camcorder in a way. Hey, did you know that you can make a Samsung Galaxy device take a photo just with the palm of your hand? Let me show you. We're in the camera app right here. We're going to click on the gear icon for settings and go down to shooting methods. Click on that and then go to show palm, and we'll go back to the camera. And just like that, you just hold your palm and it took a picture. And if you're in the video mode, you can do that as well. Here's a video that I started taking with the palm of my hand, and now I'm turning it off with my finger. Hey, have you ever opened up your camera to catch something really quick, like maybe your pet's doing something or your kid's running around, and you're trying to take a video, but it's in photo mode? Well, here's a way to make it go into video mode from photo mode. All you have to do is tap, hold, and drag up. And then now it's taking a video, and you can even take a photo by clicking this button right here. So if you actually wanted to take a video, just remember to hold on and move up. Hey, did you know that Samsung Galaxy devices have an auto-reframe ability that's kind of like the iPads where it'll just kind of follow you around when you're moving around? Well, all you have to do is open up the camera app, click on this little button right here, and auto-framing on is turned on. So now, when I move this over here, it's going to follow me as much as it's able to have me in the photo. With a camera as nice as the Samsung Galaxy S23's, you're going to take a lot of photos with it. But with that comes with a lot of clutter. Let me show you a neat little trick in the Gallery app. So open up the Samsung Gallery app, click on the dots right here, and then click on Group Similar Images. So when they're similar, it's all right there. There's all 4 of them right there. You can see all 4 of them like that. And if you want to ungroup it, you just choose that and it shows it up again right there. So it's really great if you're taking a whole bunch of photos next to each other. If you like taking pictures of the sky, this Astrophotography Mode is really neat on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Open the camera app, click on More, go to Expert RAW. You may have to download an update for this. Click on the gear icon for the settings and click on Special Photo Options. Now go back and then you'll see this little astrophotography icon right here. But in order to enable it, you have to be in 12 megapixel mode. So now you see it's open there. I'm going to click on it. And now you can see the stars around you. So this is a really good way to line up your shots for a specific area that you're looking for. I mean, look at that. There's an Aquarius right there. And if you have this mounted on a tripod, you can set the duration of how long it's going to capture that shot. So that's a good way to get plenty of light when you need to, or you can get some nice streaks. Albums got a huge upgrade on the Samsung Galaxy S23 series. Let me show you. Go to the Gallery app over here, click on Albums, and click on this Add button right here. And you'll see all these different options available right here. You have an auto-updating album that's here, so I'll just call it Brandon, for instance. And what it'll do is it'll recognize different people and automatically add them here. It's not showing up for me right now, but that's how it's supposed to work. You also have the option over here to go to shared album, so you can share it with someone specifically that has the link or is a contact with you. And this is the best one. If you go to shared family album, you can get started, and each person that you share it with gets 5 gigabytes of extra storage to share photos and videos with. And see, it pops up down here, click on it, and now you can add media to it. And here's a button for adding other people to it. It's a really convenient option of sharing media between Samsung devices. Hey, if you want to create content with your smartphone and you have a Samsung Galaxy device, this mode on the camera is really helpful. Open up the camera app, go to More, and then click on Director's View. And this will allow you to record from multiple camera angles. So you can actually choose between the 3 different camera angles and also record yourself right up here in this corner. You can even change what it looks like. You can go side by side like that and do a little square where I'm off to the side. Tons of options like that. Pretty neat, right? So this is a really dynamic way of being able to vlog. If you ever wanted to have tons of control over the audio for your videos on your Samsung Galaxy device, this tip will help you out a lot. So open up the camera app, click on More, go to Pro Video. And then over here, you'll have the opportunity to adjust the mic. So you have an option for Omni, which will record the audio from all around you. You can do front, so it's only what's in front of the camera, or you can choose rear, so it's only from behind. So maybe you're pointing at something and you're narrating something, but you only want to hear yourself, but not other people. That's what you can do. So you can take something like this DJI mic that uses a USB-C plug at the bottom, plug it in, and then now you can record from a USB mic. Oh, and Pro Mode now works on the front-facing camera, which is awesome. Additionally, you can use your Bluetooth earbuds in order to record audio from them into the Pro Camera app. I talk about a bunch of these in my accessory video, so check that link out in the description. What happens if you take the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra and the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro and combine them together with the Pro Camera app, 360 audio? What does that mean? Let me show you. Open up the camera app, click on More, click on Pro Video, click on the gear icon here, click on Advanced Video Options, turn on 360 audio recording. Now take your earbuds, put them in, open up the Galaxy Wearable app. You'll see your Galaxy Buds 2 Pro here. Enable 360 audio there. And you can turn on head tracking as well if you want to. Now go back to your camera app. Now you're in Pro Video mode. So here you can go to your mic and you'll see 360 Bluetooth option right here. Now it'll create a binaural audio recording when you're filming a video in Pro mode. What do you think it sounds like? Is it any good? Hey, did you know that you can create custom LUTs or filters on your Samsung Galaxy device and then apply it to other images? That's crazy. Let me show you. Okay, so what you're going to do is find some images from an artist or a movie or whatever that you like. And I have this here from my friend Evan and his company Letco. So I'm just going to take this image and tap on it, download the image. Now go to the Gallery app, open up an image, click on the edit button, and then you'll see this little option here with 3 circles. Click on that, and then you'll see this plus sign here. And so this is where your filters are. You're going to create a filter. Now I'm going to open up this image to use a filter for. So now you'll see right here, adjust it to make it look more similar to that. And you can tap on it, and you can see the before and after. And then if you create it right here, it'll save it as one of your filters. Now here's something that's even crazier. Go to your camera app, go ahead and hit the little wand up here in the top right, and then swipe all the way to the right, and you have filter 1 right here, and that's the one that I created here. So you can adjust the intensity of it, and it'll create the LUT look right here from the image. How crazy and neat is that? Really convenient. If you have a Samsung Galaxy device and there are like apps on it that you don't want there and you kind of want to get rid of them but you can't uninstall them, or maybe you don't want to uninstall them but you don't want to see them, well, there's this neat feature where you can hide your apps. You can access it in 2 different ways. You can tap and hold, click on settings to go to the screen, or if you go to your app drawer, hit the dot over here and click on settings. But you'll see it right here, hide apps on home and app screen. So here you can scroll through the different apps that are available and then hide the ones that you don't want to see anymore. It's still installed on your phone, you just don't see it. If you have a Samsung Galaxy device and you lose it, you can use Find My Device, but there's a more robust way to locate it, especially if someone turns it off. Go ahead and swipe down and click on the gear icon right here. Click on search and go ahead and type in offline finding. Click on that. And then what you need to do is allow this phone to be found and do remote unlock, send last location, and then click on offline finding. You also have the ability to help other people find their device. You have to have a Samsung account and be logged into it. And it works kind of like the smart trackers. So even though your phone is off, it utilizes other Samsung devices to pinpoint where your device is located. It's pretty neat. And I also have a review in comparison of this with AirTags that you can find in a video up here. If there's ever a situation that you're in where you're concerned that someone's going to try to open up your phone with your face, your fingerprint, or something like that, you can turn on lockdown mode. And it works in a really interesting way. So let me show you how to activate it. Go to the gear icon and the search button right here and type in lockdown, show lockdown option. It's going to ask for your PIN number. I'm going to enter in mine. It's not the same as yours. Here you have the show lockdown option. So you can check that to enable it. And then when you go to your power settings, you click on that, you can enable lockdown mode, or if you have it enabled on the side button, you can enable it there as well. So if you click on that, now all biometric options are not enabled. There's no option to unlock with your face or your fingerprint. You have to have your PIN number. So that's an extra layer of security that requires your mind in order to get into, not your body. Here is a feature that I hope you never have to use, but I'm glad it's available on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra and S23 series. It's called SOS mode. You can enable it by going to your settings and searching for it and just typing in SOS. And here's the emergency SOS option. And here you can turn it on. So when you go into the settings here, you have an option to make an emergency call, and you can enable it to share information with other people. You can hit continue. And what will happen is you'll add certain contacts for people you want this information sent to. And you can make it show on your lock screen for emergency contacts. Now that I have that enabled there, what will happen, you can attach pictures, record audio. It does allow you to do a test run of emergency sharing to make sure it works. But when it really matters, you just tap your power button 5 times. And then it'll have a 10-second countdown. You can adjust the length of it, but once it'll make that noise. Now it's emergency sharing. So now you can see on this device that I'm getting a message for emergency sharing. I have a link here to my location. There's even audio clip and some images from both my front and back camera. You can even adjust which emergency number it'll call. Did you know that there's a document scanner in the Samsung camera app? Open up the camera app and you'll see this little icon here for text. Click on it, take a picture. And then here you have an option here. You can adjust it so that it's a little bit smoother if you need to, and hit save. And then now over here, you have a nice little scan of your document. Maybe you have some sensitive documents or other files or folders and you want to kind of keep it contained somewhere else. Well, there's a secure folder option on a Samsung Galaxy device. Let me show you. To create a secure folder, go to your settings and then search for secure folder. You'll see it right there. It's right here at the bottom. Click on that and then you'll hit continue. So you'll create one right here. So it gives you permission to different things and then it's creating it right here. Now this is all encrypted and then you'll have to set your security type. So I'll create like a PIN and then you can reset with your Samsung account in case you forget your PIN or your password or whatever else, and then click on next. And here's your secure folder. So you have a different gallery or calendar or anything that you want to add to this. So for instance, if I have an image here from my gallery, so I can click on this one, I can click on more and then add to secure folder. And I'll add it to it over there. And now it's gone from my gallery. And then here's my secure folder right here. And you'll see in the gallery, there's the image right there. But I don't want it to just be easy to get into it. So you can click on this dot here and you can lock it and exit or have custom settings. So it can auto lock the folder after the screen turns off or after a certain period of time. So when it's locked and exited, I can click on it and I can't get into it unless I have my pin. Now I can also customize the way that it looks. So if you can go to customize, you can make it look normal, like something else, like with a different name or a different color or something else. So it doesn't look as obvious. Now it blends in and looks like toys, but that is the secure folder right there. How about that? Now, if you're like me and you make it a priority to put a screen protector on your smartphone, you may encounter some issues with the fingerprint reader. It may not work as reliably as before, but here's a solution. Go to your settings and click on security and privacy and go to your lock screen and click on fingerprints. So you want to erase all of these and re-register your fingerprints again with the screen protector on there, and it'll probably fix that issue for you. Here's a fun and easy way to make GIFs on your Samsung Galaxy device. Open up your gallery, find a video right here, and what you can do is you can go to your editor. So open in video player right here, and you have this option right here that says GIF. So you can tap on that, and now you have the ability to make an animated GIF right here from the video player from a video itself. And you can save it and share it somewhere else, like on Twitter or wherever else. And there it is. It's a GIF, not to be confused with GIF. You can also make a GIF from multiple photos. So I'm in the gallery app, I'm going to select multiple photos and hit create. And I can choose GIF. And there it is. And I can save it and share it with someone else. And finally, if you enable motion photos and take a photo, I can view the motion photo here by clicking on the dot and click on export and choosing GIF. And there it is. A little rocking back and forth. Pretty sweet. It is way too easy to make GIFs on this phone. Now these final tips talk about the S Pen, so it's exclusive to the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or prior Ultra models. But there's a bonus tip if you stay to the end. Making GIFs with the S Pen on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is one of my favorite things. So say you have this video right here, you just click on this little icon here for your S Pen and select Smart Select. Choose GIF down here, and then you'll arrange it to the size of the window that you're trying to capture. And then you have the option of recording in high quality or standard quality. We'll choose high quality and hit record. And so it's going to copy for 15 seconds, and I can stop it early if I want to. It gives you a little idea of how big it is. And now you have this GIF here. I like using this when there are certain events, like an Apple event, and I want to capture some of the video from the presentation and post it on Twitter. This is also really great for YouTube community posts. One of the best things about the S Pen on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is how you can control the camera with it. So I can just press it once, take a picture, double press, go to the other angle, and I can even swipe to different views, go between different angles and stuff like that. It's just crazy. How convenient is this? You are your own selfie taker. You. Now, one thing you never want to have happen on your Galaxy S23 Ultra is losing your S Pen. Here's a little feature in there that makes it a little bit harder to lose. So what you want to do is take out your S Pen. This window will pop up. Go to your settings gear icon, and then you're going to go down to more S Pen settings, which is right here. Down at the bottom, you'll see this warn if S Pen is left behind. We'll check that. So what will happen is if you leave your S Pen behind, say on a desk, and you walk away, it'll give you a notification on your phone that you left your S Pen so they can go back and retrieve it. It pops up the moment you turn off your display. Now, the S Pen on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra is great for a ton of things, but you can also use it to unlock your device. When you take it out of your phone, you'll see this pop up, click on the settings, and then over here, you can go to more S Pen settings. You can click on S Pen unlock, and then it'll ask for your PIN number, not mine. I'm just going to put in mine. So if it's off, you just hit the button, and then it'll unlock it with your S Pen. Now keep in mind with this feature, you don't have your PIN number, your password, or any of your biometric unlocks enabled, so it's less secure, but it sure is convenient. Have you ever received something that's super hard to read on your smartphone, like a contract with tons of tiny text? Well, the S Pen has this really great feature that makes it so much easier to read. Get your S Pen, tap on this right here, and then make sure you add in this option for Magnify. So we'll tap that and drag it over and click back. Now you have this Magnify option here. If you hover over certain areas, you can make it easier to read. Now, if you want to adjust how much you magnify, you just go over here, you tap on it, and you can go up to 300% if you need to. Check that out. And you just hover over it and you can read everything like that. Super nice to be able to do that. Also, the S Pen's great for signing contracts. Here's a really great multitasking feature on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra with the S Pen. With this big screen and the ability to interact with a bunch of different things, you want to enable this one feature by going to that little icon there for the S Pen, click Add, and then choose Glance and make sure it's enabled over here. So now what will happen is you can open up an app that you want to glance at occasionally, click on this little icon for your S Pen, click on Glance. So now you can go and work on something else over here. So maybe it's I don't know, this event planning thing here, and then you can glance over here at your YouTube video if you want to for different things. So if you happen to have a recipe or some notes from an email and you're filling out a contract, you can easily glance over to that and then go back to your contract and then glance over it again. And you can even move it to different areas of the screen if you need to. There's a lot of multitasking capabilities that come with this tiny little pen. Who would have thought? Here's a feature on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra with the S Pen for those of you who are experiencing deteriorating handwriting, like me, because we just type all the time. So what I'm going to do is create a note, for instance. So this could be anywhere that you're writing something down, but I'm just going to write something here. I'm going to say, please subscribe. And so what I can do is I can just tap and hold and convert it to text. And I'll say, subscribe. And then hold down that one, convert to text. And it says, please subscribe. So now your sloppy handwriting can be converted into actual legible text. It's really nice to write things down though, because it's a tactile experience and you retain things a little bit more. So it is kind of worth it to be able to write things down. Just a fun fact. One of my favorite things to do with the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra and the S Pen is annotate screenshots. So what you can do is just take a screenshot and then you'll have this option here to click on, and then now you can annotate things like here's where I have all of my photo apps right here. So if you wanted to find out where it is, it's right there. And then I can just save it. And now I have an annotated screenshot. Now here's a bonus tip that works for all Androids. You're probably wondering why I'm not using the built-in screen recorder and I'm using something else. Well, I use something called AZ Screen Recorder. The reason why I do that is that I can go over here to the settings and I can change the resolution to something specific. I can also adjust the video quality so it's of the highest quality, which is really important to me so I can provide the best quality content for you. You can also adjust the frame rate, which is really, really important when you're editing crazy long tips and tricks videos like this because you don't want things getting off sync. And you have all these other different settings that are just simply not available on the stock screen recorder option. Do you have any tips that you think might be helpful? Go ahead and leave them down below in the comments. Also, a little Easter egg if you're really paying attention, look at what the time and the battery life was at the beginning of this video and what it is now. Then I'll tell you how crazy these videos are. It's wild. If you plan on picking up the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or any of the other Samsung Galaxy devices released this year, go ahead and click that link down below in the description or right here so you can get the best deal. They might still have that free RAM and storage upgrade and some accessory credits. Also check out the cases from CASETiFY. Thanks so much for watching. This is Tech Today. Until next time.